28, 1862, 18-year-old Michael Burke enrolled in Company D, 125th Regiment, New York Infantry. In the company's description book, he's listed as being 5 feet, 5 inches tall, of fair complexion, with blue eyes and dark hair. His occupation was listed as that of a laborer, so it would be safe to assume that he was a good, sturdy build. This is how he left for war. In little less than 2 years, he would return to Troy with a severe wound to his chest. This wound would cause him pain and suffering for the rest of his short life. It would have turned this strapping young man into a feeble, sickly man, and ultimately contributed to his death in February of 1878. But this isn't why we're here to honor him, because this isn't a unique story, as countless other veterans in all our wars have returned with similar fates and tales to tell. We're here to honor Michael because he falls in a smaller category of veteran, that of being a recipient of the Congressional Medal of Honor. We've also come here in an attempt to correct an oversight of our past. Through whatever reason, he was never properly given the honors due him. His medal now rests in the National Archives in Washington, D.C., and was probably never given him. And it's quite probable that he may never even known he was awarded it. No correspondence from him, his mother, or his fellow veterans make reference to it. What type of person was Michael? No one's alive that could offer us any insights into his thoughts or character. Only letters exist. One letter from an Edward Dolan, who was a longtime friend and postmaster to Troy, said of him that he was of unreproachable character and of good habits. Other letters from his comrades further support this statement. The men that served with him and fought alongside of him would know what type of metal he was made of. With the defeat of the Union forces at Bull Run and the additional call-up of troops by President Lincoln, Michael Burke, like so many others, had flocked to the colors. Maybe it was after the adventure, or because some of his friends had signed up and he just wanted to follow. He could have wanted the Army pay and bounty money that was usually offered. Many of the youth of that day looked to the glory of marching off to war. Was he a patriot and felt the need to preserve the Union? We don't know. But whatever the reason, he would serve honorably and bear true faith to the flag. On August 30th, 1862, Michael left Troy with the rest of the 125th and went to Harper's Ferry, Virginia. Within 2 weeks of leaving Troy, this garrison with the 125th would suffer an inglorious defeat and one of the largest surrender of U.S. forces ever. You can only imagine the shame and humiliation that Burke and his fellow soldiers felt. The 125th didn't even get a chance to fire a shot. Michael would have to endure long marches and many disease and vermin-infested camps. He would have to sleep on the cold ground, and from his records, he had a slight touch of rheumatism and dysentery. Weaker men deserted, but not Michael. Like many others, the strong of heart, he remained steadfast and true to the colors and the regiment. This speaks well of his character. The chance for Michael and the 125th to redeem themselves came on July 2nd and 3rd, 1863 at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. 2 days of heavy fighting resulted in the regiment suffering its heaviest losses, including its beloved Colonel Willard. Other battles later in the year, Bristow Station and Auburn, Michael served well, came through the fights unhurt. Then in 1864, under General Grant, they would crash into the wilderness and experience even more of the horrors of war. Many would never return, but once again, Michael's luck holds. He must have wondered, would he have survived this horrible conflict unscathed? However, next comes Spotsylvania Courthouse, Virginia, May 12, 1864. The 125th in the assault of Confederate positions, Michael spots the rebel flag bearer, and in wresting the flag from his hands, is immediately shot through the breast and arm. So ends Michael's career, Army career. He returns to Troy in June of that year, but because of that wound is unable to return to his previous occupation. His health is forever broken. This may also be the reason for him not marrying. In his final days, it was going to be left to his mother to care for him. Congress, on October 26, 1864, awarded the Medal of Honor for gallantry in action. It seems, at least according to our investigation, that this is where it all ended. The only thing he really received was the little red badge of courage. Maybe it was the failings of the bureaucracy in notifying Michael of his reward. Or if he was notified, perhaps he was too sick to travel and receive his medal. Again, we don't know. We don't have the medal to present or display. We only have a replica. We've been able to honor him with this ceremony and the bronze plaque that will last for many years to come. This is the best we can do. Michael had already passed on when the 125th met in Troy for their 25th anniversary of their forming on August 30th, 1883. He would have no chance to reminisce or be honored along with his fellow tent mates. We can only wonder if any of his comrades in arms made the visit to this grave. Michael, we didn't serve with you, and we're a little late, but we're here. We're here to give you your proper reward. It's been said, poor is the nation that has no heroes, and shameful is the nation that has them and forgets. We haven't forgotten, nor will we forget you and all the others who serve the flag. Thank you.
About. Hey! Prime!
Ladies and gentlemen, attention.
Ready! Hey! Fire! Shoulder, forward. About. Hey!
Thank you. Please be seated.
Fantastic job.